On today's show, Bo Cormican highlights how one Rock Hill program is preparing students for the future medical careers.
And we find out the details of the split up of the music duo Daft Punk. These stories and more coming up on this edition of HTN Daily. Good afternoon, Rock Nation. I hope you're doing great, whether in person or online. I'm Khshaeta, Cama.
And I'm Trois Murphy. As a senior, I can't believe spring break is swiftly coming up, and it's almost our last 9 weeks of high school.
Trois, I cannot believe how fast this year has flown by, and with spring comes prepping for AP exams and STAR exams.
Prosper ISD has just come out with clarification about STAR testing for this school year. Students grade 9 to 11 will be required to take the test in person this spring for security monitoring. Any student that does not test this spring will be required to attend a makeup opportunity in either June or December of this year to meet the graduation requirement. However, if you did not test last spring, you will not be required to make those exams up. Talent is in the air always, from either musical instruments, singing, dancing, and so much more. Rock Hill will be hosting their first talent show, The Hill's Top Talent. Be sure to fill out the Google form in Rock Hill Review to set up your audition on March 3rd after school in the auditorium. The talent show will be recorded and hosted by HTN's very own Grant Johnson once we return back from spring break. The recording will then be streamed to all classes on March 26th, where students will vote the winner. The culinary classes have opened the Hilltop Cafe with grab-and-go snacks starting after school between 3:45 to 4:05.
It's to help the culinary arts department kind of raise more funds, and then also to help give students an after-school snack. Some people have to go straight to work after school and don't really have options to be able to get food, and so we want to be able to provide some options for them.
Be sure to stop by and see all the snacks available in the cafe located on the arena end of the school if you're interested in purchasing any food or drink items. Medical classes make up a large portion of courses here at Rock Hill, but one group unites them all. Bo Cormican set out to find the HOSA program is preparing for students in the future medical careers.
With 85 students in its inaugural year, the HOSA program for future health professionals offers students hands-on experience in a pseudo-hospital setting.
HOSA is for future health occupational students. If you're trying to go into the medical field, it kind of gives you more experience in it, and there's different competitions you can do. And this year I did a nursing assisting competition, and there have been other competitions where you can go to area and state.
With over 30 competitions for members to participate in, from medical terminology to CPR, students can test their classroom knowledge and compete on a national scale.
And just the camaraderie that these kids have, and being able to meet students from all over the state, it's absolutely amazing to see this. They all dress in blazers, and they're very businesslike and very professional, and it's just very impressive to see teenagers behaving in that manner.
These competitions can allow for students with similar interests to come together from around the country and promote healthcare careers to enhance the quality of healthcare for all people.
It kind of influences me in a way that it gives me more experience on what kind of different things there are, seeing again with the different competitions. Like last year I did CPR first aid competition, and this year again was nursing assisting. So it kind of just gives me more of a broad look into the health professions.
For HTN Daily, I'm Bo Cormican.
Rock Hill HOSA recently competed in one of their area conference competitions, and the team walked away with 5th place in the HOSA Bowl, as well as other top spots in the individual competitions. After 28 years of music, the iconic duo Daft Punk has split up. Anica and Hankey has all the information and more on today's Rock Hill Report.
Daft Punk, the Parisian duo, has split up after 28 years of making music. This duo is known for their popular electronic pop music and has been featured by multiple popular artists, including The Weeknd and Pharrell Williams. The duo formed Daft Punk in Paris in 1993 and released their debut album in 1997, featuring the popular songs Around the World and Da Funk. The duo announced the band breakup in the 8-minute video titled Epilogue, and later their lifelong publicist confirmed. If any of y'all are as big of an online shopper as me, you know exactly what the USPS truck looks like and may even look forward to seeing it. Well, this truck is getting a new design, and Twitter is giving a lot of feedback to this design. Many Twitter users have tweeted what the truck reminds them of, some comparing the new truck to Flint Lockwood's flying car from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and others saying the truck reminded them of the character Duckman. These eco-friendly trucks will hit the road in 2023. What do you think about the new design? Let us know on Twitter at Rock Hill Media. The 45-year-old pro golfer Tiger Woods was involved in a car accident early Tuesday morning. Woods' SUV crossed a median and veered across 2 lanes of traffic before hitting a curb, hitting a tree, and landing on its side in the brush. He was injured in the wreck and had to have an emergency surgery in order to save his right leg, which had been shattered. This injury comes a month after his most recent of 5 back surgeries. Do you think he will make a return to golf after his injuries? That's all for this Rock Hill Report. Stay up to date by following our social media pages at Rock Hill Media. Back to you, Khshaeta.
With students in person and online, it has been a challenge for teachers to keep everyone in their classrooms engaged. Science is typically a very interactive subject, making it hard for teachers to get all students included. Graham Johnson is in studio with Assistant Principal MS Schmidt to hear about it.
Thank you so much. Over the course of the past few months, we've had the chance to get to know some of our awesome assistant principals, and today we're going to meet our final one. And while she's last, she is most definitely not least. Today we have Ms. Schmidt on the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
So at the beginning of all my interviews, I like to ask kind of like a weird question to all my interview subjects, just to kind of get to know you. So my first question for you today is, if you got the chance to have lunch with any celebrity, who would it be?
So having lunch with a celebrity, I think I would pick Taylor Swift. I really love the type of woman leader that she is. I like that she really stands for empowering women, especially young women. I like that she speaks up and speaks out for things that she believes in, like making sure that musicians are fairly paid for their work and their art. I like that she really just uses her voice to reach people, and is a very inclusive leader, and loves people just for who they are and how they come to the table.
Most definitely. And I know on the show we've talked a lot about her new re-recordings. Are you excited for those?
I'm super excited. That's just one thing that is just one of those awesome things about her. She's like, you know what, my voice was squashed in that moment, and I want to do that again to where it's fully heard, and it's very something that she would do.
Absolutely. All of us at HTN are really looking forward to the re-recordings. Yes. Now, to switch gears a little bit, you are the assistant principal for the science department. So I know that science is typically like a very hands-on subject. And how have you seen the teachers in your department really overcome that obstacle and do engaging labs for the students?
Yeah, so the science teachers this year have absolutely knocked it out of the park. They are just so creative and incredible at what they do. Many of our science subjects, it is extremely hands-on, and that's how you learn what they're doing. It's labs, it's getting your hands in it, and having that completely pulled away in the fall. They had to restructure the way they've been doing things for years. They have scoured the internet and resources for virtual labs to be able to find labs that you can kind of get that experience without actually touching anything but your Chromebook. They have done some demonstrations where they're demonstrating it for you and kind of walking you through that process, and being able to have our virtual students like up and close so you can kind of see what's happening to kind of get that. And then I know several of our teachers have even made kits for our virtual learners and made the labs a little bit more individual, so they were just doing them on their own versus in a group. And then finding ways to get those out to kiddos at home. So their creativity has just been incredible this year.
Yeah, and I know in my science class in particular, we've done some of the online ones, but we also just got the chance to do some hands-on, and I really like being able to do that.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for being on the show
Absolutely.
today. Back to you guys at the desk.
That's all for today's show. For HTN Daily, I'm Trois Murphy.
I'm Anica Hankey.
And I'm Khshaeta Cama. Mask up and rock on.